when you guys are at, I forget what tournament it was, but when Bryson calls you out to the range, and Riggs, you could tell you're filming because you're hackling in the back,
PGA
and
Championship at Bethpage, my
which
home
makes
course. It's like
it.
I have like I think a couple of the New York Islanders were like in the fan section, standing up on the in the crowd, like watching this happen. And Bryson goes, "Come on, Frankie," and we go and get a lefty wedge from someone.
Now, did you
Um,
want to find like so Bryson calls you out to the range and you needed to find a lefty wedge. When you guys are doing that, did you want to find the wedge, or were you just hoping that there would be no wedge to be found?
yeah, no, like I was a little bit nervous, but these guys made sure that we found a
We
wedge. I think you guys
Yeah.
went to you guys
Dude, it was
went to
literally
like
it
We
was
pulled it out of the
somebody- it was
trunk
one
of
the
somebody's car.
PGA Yeah, it was one of the PGA professionals who qualified for the tournament. It was playing in the PGA Championship, who happened to be lefty, who's a fan and a big stoolie. And we were like, dude, we need one of your fucking wedges right now.
yeah, and he just gave it to them out of their trunk, and that's that was a huge video for us because it's PGA Championship week. What was that? 2018,
2019.
2019, and like we're on a good streak of making our mark on these tournaments. We go there, we get the credentials. It's a big thing. It's New York, and this is it. This is the PGA Championship, and we get there. It's like our first day basically on the golf course, and we get like a 1.6 million view video on Twitter, and we're like, holy shit! Like we just did it for the week. Like now, like everything else is gravy. Like when we go to these tournaments, like when we get that one moment, that's like our thing. Foreplay's there, Barstool's there. So to be able to do that, obviously everyone was laughing at my expense, but I'll take that on the chin. Like that's fine. Like the wedges, I don't want to hit bad wedges anymore. Like that may be breaking news. I'm legitimately trying to not do that anymore. Like when the cameras are not there, I mean, Trent and I have been playing a lot of golf together, just solo, no cameras. I legitimately still chunk my wedges, and I'm like, this is not fun anymore. This isn't like for laughs on Twitter. This isn't for YouTube views. I want to hit this on the green, just me and you, Trent, and I just chunk it. And I said, you know what? This is fucking bullshit now. Like
But
now it's stupid.
You know what? To back off, like what Riggs was saying, people want to see bad shots and stuff. Frankie, you are a total nut job, and it's great. So we kind of hope that you don't change them. We want to see that, and yeah, of course, you're going to want to change it. But from a viewership standpoint, people want to see a total head case out there.
Well, I think the good thing is that it's authentic at this point. A lot of people think it's the opposite, that it's like, oh, it's a 5-year running gag. Like, when are you going to drop the butter knife? It's like, dude, you think I don't want to drop the butter knife stigma? Like, come on, dude. Like, I want to hit good wedge shots. We're going to the nicest golf courses in America, and I'm blading it through.
People yelling at him. People yelling at him from 2 fairways over, like total
and
strangers.
Riggs is behind the camera, just dying. And it's how could you not be?
I mean, I'm a weapon out there.
I got to shout out. It was Alex Beach was the guy's name whose wedge we took. Who's
I remember seeing the bag.
Lefty golfer from Westchester Country Club. At least that's where he was at the time, who qualified and gave us that wedge. But yeah, I mean, that's the other beauty of it, right? Is that like we're lucky that we have 4 completely different people and golfers on the show. Like we have Trent, who is, as like endearing as you can have, who there's a million golfers, just like millions of golfers, just like Trent, who are like trying to get down there, trying to break 100. We have Frankie, who's a complete like nutcase out there. We have Lurch, who like hits the ball on a string and is pretty cool, calm, collected. Like we have me, who has the ugliest swing in the world, who like thinks he should be really good, but just isn't. And it's like, we're just a ridiculous cast of characters. And like I said earlier, we just started the show because we were trying to help Barstool in some way so they would keep us hired or keep us employed. But it's also, we're like everybody else. We're just golf nuts. Like we're obsessed with everything about the game. You can't help it. When you fall into that trap of golf, like it owns you forever. You think about your swing. You think about like, what's that new swing? What's that new swing tip fucking Trent heard from Kisner? What's that? Then you're on the range. You're like, what did Bryson say to Frankie about his chipping? And then you're working. That's all you think about when you chip for the next month straight. Like you're obsessed with every part of the game, courses, logos, swings, like everything. And so it makes it for like infinite content, because once you're hooked on this goddamn game, like it's a relationship you're going to have just forever.